And we are live. From what I can see, we are very much live. We are live. And I got a few things to talk about today. You know what? It's been exciting. And we're going to go to the 5-minute mark as always for everybody. And some stuff that's going on with my channel. I had planned doing a very professional looking review like I usually do on my channel, but we'll get into the specifics of why I wasn't able to and what's going on with the channel. But like I said, we're going to get into the 5-minute mark. So anybody who's in the chat room right now, anybody who's listening, thank you so much for showing up. Everybody who's going to be coming in down the road, thank you so much for coming. I love each and every one of you. Okay, if I pronounced your name wrong, I completely and utterly apologize, man. I didn't. And no, you're not being rude at all. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we're going to go to the 5-minute mark. Hopefully we'll get some more people in here. But if we don't, perfectly okay. I love being in this space. I love doing these live streams. You guys have noticed I love doing these live streams. I mean, it's just a fun time, and it's a great way to give back to the community, to interact with everybody in the community, to interact with all the people on this space. It's cool, man. Most people pronounce my real name wrong, too. All right. Well, I suppose that's too bad. I'm really sorry, man. I'm really sorry. Now, let's see here. Going over things that we're going to be talking about in this chat. Isle of Dogs 1, future stuff coming up on the channel 2, and the future direction of the channel 3. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be going on, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. All right. 2.5 more minutes. Let me see if I got my list here of stuff I'm going to talk about. Okay, sweet. All right. No need to be sorry. All right. Let's see here. Giving it an extra 3 minutes so we can get ready. All right. Let's see here. We still have one person in the chat room. And let's see. Let's see here. What's going to happen next? All right. We got 1 minute and 45 seconds to go. 1 minute and 45 seconds. And let's see here. All right. Got 3 likes for the live stream. That's weird. 3 likes and 1 person in the chat room. That's actually kind of amazing. And that makes me super happy. Now we got 2 people in the live stream now. All right, we got 1 minute and 10 seconds to go, and then we're going to get right into the nitty-gritty. Daniel One World Reviews. Hey, man, thank you so much for showing up. It's always great to see you. You're always here. You're always in full support. Thank you so much for showing up. You are the man. We got about a minute left before we're going to get into the chat. This is going to be awesome. Okay, let's see here. And we have 45 seconds now. So how are your guys' days going? How are you doing today? We got a bunch of stuff to talk about, but once again, you guys all know that when it comes to these live streams, it's partially about the stuff that's going on that I talk to you guys about, but it is more about the community aspect, because these live streams, they give you guys the opportunity to connect, to communicate with other people in the community if you've never talked to them before. And of course, I love hearing your guys' thoughts. And we've got so Zach Pope is in the house. Just thought I'd drop in real fast, having fun doing this, man. Hey, man, thank you so much. So we're at minute 5. So now it's time to talk Isle of Dogs. Isle of Dogs, directed by Wes Anderson. What can I say about this movie? Guys, if there are any of you out there who have not had a chance to check out Isle of Dogs yet, you really, really need to. And there's a specific reason why. Beyond all the technical mastery that is in the film, I mean, the movie itself, in my opinion, the advancement in technology and CG that we've gotten is incredible. I mean, Wes Anderson's last product that he pushed out that looked like this was Fantastic Mr. Fox. And while the CG in that film did look good, I will say that Isle of Dogs, it looks so much better. I mean, details are so much more crisp, and it is just so well put together. The music is it's brilliantly scored, and the message that is in Isle of Dogs is something that I truly appreciate because it's something that was in Fantastic Mr. Fox too. And it's that Wes Anderson makes these films not necessarily for little kids. He makes them for families, and if not families, definitely for adults. Because Isle of Dogs, it deals with loss, with love. It deals with very, very mature themes. Obviously, because of the PG-13 rating, that isn't really any surprise. The only thing that I wish would have been fixed when it comes to Isle of Dogs is there were some cultural aspects about it that I didn't like. For instance, when characters in certain scenes when characters would speak Japanese and there weren't any subtitles to translate what those characters were saying. I understand they wanted to do a full experience into the Japanese culture when it comes to this stuff, but I gotta say, I really, really enjoy subtitles, and I enjoy learning what the characters are saying, because sometimes for me, if I don't have subtitles, it's pretty hard for me to understand. Mike Rock Movie Reviews. Hey man, thank you so much for showing up. Okay, so let's see here. Isle of Dogs. What else do I love about this film? The performances, the vocal talent across the board, guys. I mean, from Bryan Cranston to Scarlett Johansson. Although I will say, I thought they were all great. What I will say, I don't have any complaints about the performances. The performances all around are fantastic. I absolutely love it. It's great. Now, you guys are probably wondering, and maybe if you're not wondering, I figure I just tell you. One of the number one reason why I didn't get a big special, regular movie review like I usually do up on this channel is simply because my equipment is kind of on the fritz today. I mean, I got everything up, got my camera up, got my mic up, and everything ready to go. My audio equipment and everything, it decided to freeze and ultimately stop because it needs to update. And when it comes to the equipment I use, it does generally take a few hours for it to complete updating because the system I'm using is old. If you guys don't know, the computer that I'm using, I got back in 2007, and I haven't exactly had the finances to update it so far. So that's the reason. But once again, you guys know I love doing this. I still wanted to get you guys my thoughts on Isle of Dogs. It is something that I absolutely love, and it's one of my favorite films of this year. It may very well be my favorite film of this year so far. I mean, it's just flat out incredible. Now, as far as this channel goes, one thing you guys should know is that very soon, very, very soon, you guys know that there are some big projects along the way, but there are certain things I'm going to be adding in addition to my channel that I guess I don't necessarily want to give you full details on. All I will say is that you guys know, besides major projects coming on down the road that I'm going to try to get to each and every month, my next one being Star Wars, I am going to be doing movie reviews each and every week. And there are some stuff. I mean, my studio right now, the way it is right now, the way it looks, I am actually trying to redesign it and reorganize it to give it a kind of a different and fresher look than it has right now. So there are many changes coming down the road, and I cannot wait for you guys to see every single one of them. And of course, like I always tell you guys, over and over and over again, many big projects specifically for you guys coming down your way. I'm having a little bit of Hey, Jay Vaders, how's it going, man? Thank you so much for showing up. So, I was just getting into the projects down the road. Right now, it's taking a little bit more time than I thought. I still have my goal of getting all of my projects and stuff out by the or one of my bigger projects out by the middle of June. But I am having a little bit of technical difficulty with that right now as far as shooting is concerned. Because like I said, my mic and audio equipment and audio software that I'm using, it's kind of on the fritz right now. So I'm working to getting that fixed and getting all the stuff updated so I can get back into moving. Hey, Cody 2.0. How are you doing, my friend? I'm just kidding. Hey, Cody O'Toole is in the house along with Jay Vaders. Thank you two so much for showing up. So, thank you. And yeah, like I said, okay, guys, who else is excited for next week? I just want to know this in the chat room. Who else is so excited for next week? Deadpool 2 comes out next weekend. And man, oh man, I am so excited. If you guys don't know, I mean, I'm sure it was to all of us. Deadpool, the first Deadpool was such a surprise and so kind of revolutionary when it comes to superhero films in the superhero genre and in the action genre and action comedy genre. I mean, it took risks, it was gutsy, and it paid off big time. Deadpool is Cody O'Toole. Yes, you do. You need to watch Deadpool in its entirety. And guess what, Cody? You need to also go and watch Star Wars. But okay, guys. So Ryan O'Toole says Life of the Party was unintentionally embarrassing and bad. Lol. You know what? I heard that. And you guys are, a couple of you are probably wondering, oh, wait, but why didn't you go see Isle of Dogs? Why? I mean, not Isle of Dogs. I did go see that. Why did you not go see Life of the Party? Why are you not talking about that? Well, it's simply for that reason. Yesterday, Isle of Dogs finally came to a theater near me, and I decided to take the time and I decided that I was more excited to go see Isle of Dogs, which is a film I've been waiting for such a long time, and skip out on Life of the Party. I mean, it was an easy choice for me. And besides, from the way people are talking about it, the way people are talking about Life of the Party, it seems like I made the right choice. So what's going on in the chat room? How are all of you guys doing? What are you excited for? What are you least excited for? What are some things coming up? I mean, like I always say, these chat rooms, these live streams, they're fun because they give an attachment to the community, but I also love them so I can get more connected with you guys because you guys are all the best, and I would not be doing what I am now if it wasn't for you guys. Okay, Jay Vader says Warcraft sucks. Yeah, for those of you who are in the chat room and you don't get why Jay Vaders is saying that, trust me, you're going to find out soon enough. But Jay Vaders, I swear, I will debate you on that. I will debate you on that because no, it does not. Okay, Ryan O'Toole says, I'm excited to see the Evolution lose in the Barnyard Brawl. You know what, Ryan? We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, Samuel One World Review says, I saw Deadpool 2 at a free screening last night, and it was probably more funny than the first film. Well, that's good. That is good. But no, you saw it. Don't you dare say a single thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure the embargo for the film doesn't lift until Monday. Cody O'Toole says, at least one of the best video game movies. Oh, wait. Wow. Something tells me this is going to turn into a hot debate over Warcraft. But okay, you guys think Warcraft sucks. That is totally up to you. You know what? That's fine. But to me personally, the best video game film we have gotten so far, it has a rough beginning. Granted, it does have a rough beginning. But Tomb Raider, in my personal opinion, I believe is the best video game movie we've gotten so far. Period. I mean, everything about that film, I absolutely Well, I can't say I absolutely loved it. I had more fun watching Warcraft than I thought I was going to, and I definitely had more fun in it than I have watching pretty much any other video game movie. And let's face it, it's a step up from Assassin's Creed. Oh, funny fact is that Michael Fassbender and Alicia Vikander, they're actually married. And Michael Fassbender was in a video game adaptation that was atrocious. Alicia Vikander was in a video game movie that was actually really fun. So what does that say? Okay, Ryan O'Toole says Ready Player One easily, even though it's based on the novel. Yeah, but I don't exactly think Ready Player One is a video game movie. Oh, you know what? That's true. It honestly, we're probably like 30 years away from the Oasis actually being a thing, so that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the way VR technology is expanding right now is kind of fantastic. So let's see here. I think we'll make it. Yeah, let's make the live stream. We'll go up to about 20, like 20 to 25 minutes, somewhere in there, because I think I've gotten everything out that I wanted to inform you guys about and update you on and tell you about my frustrations with the fact that I hate audio software sometimes because it can be a real pain in the butt when it doesn't want to work. Ryan O'Toole says they are in the Oasis law, a video game world. Ready Player One is amazing, but it's not a video game movie. Tomb Raider was pretty good. Yes, it was. You know what the funny thing is, though? Warcraft is just as good as Tomb Raider, in my opinion. But, that's just me. I thoroughly enjoyed Warcraft, although it was messy. It was messy, just like Tomb Raider was extremely messy. But it was also very, very fun. And Jay Vaders is flooding the comment section with a bunch of repeated no's. So we'll see. And how about Infinity War, guys? Infinity War is still on a fast track. People are loving it. People are going out to see it. And Infinity War is just blowing up the box office right now. And Deadpool 2. Actually, you know what? I want to get your guys' predictions for everybody who's in the comment section right now. What do you guys think Deadpool 2 is going to do opening weekend? Me personally, I think it'll do better than the first film because of how much people are loving it and the first reactions that Deadpool 2 is getting right now. People are kind of blowing out of control how good it is. Like, people are saying that it's more funny than the first one, it's raunchier than the first one, and that it's just all around just a really, really great movie, and might be better than the first Deadpool movie. So for me personally, with all those factors considered, I'm going to say that I think Deadpool 2 is going to do somewhere around $150 to $160 million opening weekend. Or maybe not 150. I mean 160 to 170. What do you guys think? What do you think Deadpool 2 is going to? What do you? Okay. So, what do you guys think that Deadpool 2 is going to do opening weekend? I really want to know what your guys' thoughts are. Solo: A Star Wars Story reactions are in as well, and they're mixed. Harloff said he was disappointed, and some really liked it. Yeah, I've heard that. What's funny though, with all the reactions for Solo: The Star Wars Story, the one thing that makes me really, really happy is the fact that literally every single person, even though they're mixed, so many people are saying that Alden Ehrenreich nailed the role of Han Solo. And I mean, at this point, I don't need to hear anything else. Alden Ehrenreich was the one person. He is the one thing that made me so nervous about Solo: A Star Wars Story. But now hearing that pretty much everybody is saying that he gives a stellar performance as Han Solo, and a couple of people are even saying that he is Han Solo, I'm psyched out of my mind to go see this. If he does really capture the essence of what Harrison Ford brought to the character, he doesn't necessarily have to be a direct interpretation. He needs to be his own interpretation since he is young. But I mean, I'm excited. And yes, Ryan, you are right. Alden Ehrenreich, he does look dry as Han Solo. Then again, I'm going off of the trailers. What I will say is the couple of the clips that they have released from the movie and posted online that I have seen, it does make me more excited because it does show me that Alden Ehrenreich has that Deadpool, not Deadpool. What am I talking about? That Han Solo charisma, in a sense. It may not be all the way there, but the vocal pattern is definitely there for me, and I honestly cannot wait. So, and I mean, of course, you guys know, like all of us here, we're Star Wars fanboys. Even if the movie is horrible, we're gonna go see it out of some morbid curiosity. All right, Jay Vaders says Donald Glover will steal the film. Probably. You know what? More than likely he will. But then again, that's what you get when you put Troy in a Star Wars film. And if you guys don't know, that's a reference to Community, which is a really amazing show that Donald Glover was in. And I would say that he stole Community, but pretty much every actor that was in Community stole every scene that they were in. It's just great. Ryan O'Toole says Woody Harrelson and Emil Clark as well. You know what? Troy and Ahmed in the morning. Yes, Jay Vaders. Troy and Ahmed in the morning. So, yeah, honestly, when it comes to the thing I want from Solo a Star Wars story, I'm not expecting a big Last Jedi or Force Awakens type thing. The thing I want most from Solo a Star Wars story, I want a Star Wars film that's fun. I just want, if Solo a Star Wars story is a blast, I'll say that if it's a blast, because I'm not expecting anything else from it. If we get deeper emotions with the characters, that'll make me happy. But if Solo a Star Wars story is just fun, if it's a fun summer adventure, then it might very well get my highest rating just on the fact that it's fun. Because if there's one thing I can say about all the Star Wars movies we've gotten so far, is that most, if not all, of the Star Wars films are serious. They have a lot of really great messages, and they're just powerful movies. And no, I'm not talking about the prequels because those things are garbage. But you take the original trilogy along with Force Awakens and The Last Jedi and Rogue One. They all have their own powerful messages, and they're deep, they're dark. Solo a Star Wars story is a film that if it's a fun Western-esque story, I'll be happy and I'll be sold and I'll buy the movie on Blu-ray and I will put it on my shelf. Because I don't think we've had just a Star Wars movie that is just an experience and just a blast without anything deeper to go into it. And if we get that, I'll be so happy. Because when it comes to the character of Han Solo, that's what I want. He's a smuggler. He's a scruffy looking nerf herder. He's the greatest character that Star Wars has ever had. Look, for me, top 3 characters for me is Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Rey right now. And Luke is tied up there with Rey for me. But Solo a Star Wars story, if I come out of the movie theater and I say that is some of the most fun that I've had in a movie theater in a while, I'm sold. I will be sold, and I will, even if I have a few problems with the movie. I mean, if the problems are so blatant, then there's an issue. But if I come out of the movie and I say I had so much fun in that movie that I can put aside my issues with it, then I'll happily give the movie a suit-worthy rating. Look, guys, I'm a simple man. I'm a movie-loving man. And when it comes to watching movies, I understand that we as YouTubers and reviewers have a responsibility to give our honest thoughts when it comes to this stuff. But when it comes to Star Wars and Marvel, and everybody out there is going to call me a fanboy, And it's true. I'm a fanboy for Star Wars. And when it comes to Star Wars, depending on what the Star Wars film is, you don't have to go very far to please me. Obviously, the prequels are beyond redeeming for sure. But Rogue One is a film that I understand a lot of people have mixed feelings on, but Rogue One is also one of the films that when I came out of it, I was like, that is the best film I've seen since The Empire Strikes Back. It's not that way anymore. For me, Last Jedi is still the best Star Wars film we've gotten so far, and that's mixed. And honestly, the amount of contempt that has risen because of The Last Jedi, I think is ridiculous. But I love it. Star Wars is something that's been a part of my life for so long. And, I'm not like Sean Chandler, where I literally own every single Star Wars book ever made. I'm not that person. And Star Wars holds a very special place in my heart, but I am not I'm not the kind of Star Wars fan where if I see something on screen and if it destroys my perception of what I thought Star Wars was supposed to be before, I'll give it a lower rating. Honestly, when it comes to The Last Jedi, one of the reasons why I enjoyed it so much is because the way Rian Johnson directed it and how he introduced new concepts and new styles and some things that we've never seen within the Force before. Yes, I understand it's have its problems. I have watched it again. I love it just as much as I did when I saw it in the movie theater. So when it comes to Star Wars, I'm a person of adaptability when it comes to the things I love. When it comes to Marvel, yeah, when it comes to Marvel, there are certain films that everybody else loves in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I do not love as much. I mean, Spider-Man Homecoming is one of those films that, while I agree it's good, it's on the lower end of the Marvel Cinematic Universe for me. I love Tom Holland in the movie, but there's something about the pacing in that movie that just feels so slow and so choppy in points. But back to Star Wars. The Star Wars is a really great thing, and I guess that this whole live stream is just turning into me saying I don't really understand how, just because of The Last Jedi, people feel the need to ostracize the people around them. Relationships are, kind of getting torn apart, and people are having these massive, ridiculous arguments simply over the fact that The Last Jedi was different and people have their different opinions on it. But, I guess the statement is true. Nobody hates Star Wars as much as Star Wars fans. And in my personal opinion, I feel as though that's honestly, I feel as though that simple reason, I don't think I can really get into this without ruffling some feathers. I feel as though that phrase is stirred about because people hold something so precious and so dear and so beloved as to what they think Star Wars should be. But when I look at Star Wars, I say to each their own. I feel as though we can still be one big Star Wars family. It's like having family members in your house. Do you necessarily need to agree with them on everything? No, you absolutely do not. But it doesn't mean that you have to start these big arguments, and doesn't mean that you can't come together as family. And I don't know why Star Wars is I have no idea why people are taking The Last Jedi out of proportion. I just don't see what the big deal is. I mean, it's Star Wars, yeah, but it's just a movie. I understand there are films out there that affect people, that change them, and they have an emotional core to it. I mean, me myself, you guys know how deep rooted of a connection I have with Star Wars. I mean, heck, I started my own Star Wars talk show, weekly news show for a little while, for like 4 months, and then I put that down because I wasn't exactly seeing I wasn't exactly seeing the growth with that show that I wanted. But, I have a lightsaber. I have figurines up on my shelf, every single Star Wars movie, even the prequels. I'm a giant Star Wars fan. And I understand that people hold this stuff close to the chest. But at the end of the day, with every film that comes out of Hollywood or anywhere else in the world, it's just that still. It's just a movie. I mean, when it comes to movies and stuff, I think when it comes to the world we live in, there is more important stuff that people can worry about. But I mean that's my pedestal. Jacob Juicy. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that name wrong. I'm one of the guys that did not like the Last Jedi. You know what? That's perfectly fine. And it's like I always say, differing opinions, having different opinions than the people around you, it makes the internet thrive and it creates great and wonderful conversations. Jay Vader says Star Wars has been a part of our lives for a long time. It certainly has. It certainly has. And all right, guys, you know what? I think this is going to be a pretty good place for me to stop the stream. I have some stuff that I need to get done before the night's over with filming and editing and stuff, and I might end up just using the webcam on top of the laptop that I'm using now. But we'll see. It's all going to depend on what my audio software decides to do. But I love each and every one of you. I'm glad I was able to get to this review out to you. I am so glad to be back on this platform. I'm really glad I had my rest, and I'm glad to be back giving you guys movie reviews and preparing with videos and projects that I know you guys are going to enjoy, or I at least hope you do. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you next time.